meet you too. Do Republicans care about the rich? I do think they care about the rich. Coming from somebody that voted for Trump, I do believe that. But I do think that they do support middle-class Americans, especially Trump. I think this big, beautiful bill, people say it's hurting Americans. If you actually read through it, I'm getting a 3% reduction on my yearly income tax. Every single tax bracket is getting some type of reduction on their income tax or a 0% reduction. And that's for the wealthiest class. So that is helping middle class. Also, I know that the deficit's going up. Think about ICE, he's putting more money into ICE. I would argue that stopping immigration actually, or enforcing it even more heavily, helps the middle class worker in America. There's less jobs that are being taken. When you import a bunch of people, like your housing costs are going to go up. It's inflating the people that need houses in a city. Or apartments or whatever. It is taking jobs for middle class to lower class people like me. It's taking jobs.
Unfortunately, some of your premises are wrong. So when you take the whole bill, including the cuts to Medicaid and SNAP and other cuts, the bottom 30% actually wind up paying more than they did before.
I mean, that's
so
the
they're
people
literally taking from the bottom 30% and giving it to the top 10%.
I mean, but when you talk about SNAP, that's people that are already taking from all of us. So
okay, see, that's your point of view as a Republican. Do you know the least popular part of the bill? The poll just came out. Only 24%, maybe even lower, support cutting SNAP. It is the single most unpopular part of the bill. Overall, Americans do not want you to take from people who desperately need food just to give to people making above $500,000. The second most unpopular part of the bill is the one that gives to people above $500,000. So people don't want that. So the bottom 30% are very badly hurt by this bill. What you're talking about is the middle 10% gets a 0.4% bump. That's again the nickels and dimes that they throw you.
But that's not in the bill.
Republicans throw nickels and dimes at you, 5 to 10% change in their tax cuts, and the Democrats through their policies throw 5 to 10% change at you. Why do we have to help the rich even more? Why do they get the biggest tax cuts? You could do a tax cut without one going to the rich. You could say,
because the rich
hey, I'm
people are the ones
capping
that
it
own
at
the businesses.
$400,000.
When you own the business and you get a principal, but it could be. And when you import, and when you're a Democrat and you import all these people from third world countries, you're paying them under minimum wage because you see them as the help. Well, yeah, that's gonna benefit you. But when Republicans stop this and they force people to, that work, like to be citizens, or they want people to be citizens, they're being forced to at least earn minimum wage.
The reason why we've never fixed the immigration problem is because corporations want cheaper
and that's
labor,
awful, which is why
and we should fix that. But the Republicans and the Democrats never fix that.
And so our border crossings are almost at 0% right now.
The top 0.1% are going to get tens of thousands of dollars in tax breaks. But you're not explaining why they need that. They don't need that. Why do you know that oil companies get about $15 to $30 billion in subsidies every year? How come the Republicans never talk about that? Oh, we're going to cut waste, fraud, and abuse, but you're not going to cut $30 billion for the richest companies in the world?
How come Trump's not negotiating drug prices?
How come Trump is best friends with Big Pharma and he's not touching drug prices at all?
Yes, he is. He's matching them to Europe. Yes,
no,
he's got policies coming in.
Okay, now that's a perfect example. He said that as an executive order, knowing that he did the same executive order in the first time around, and the courts knocked it down. He knows the courts are not going to do it. No, it is his fault.
Because hold on,
let me explain to you. So then what Ro Khanna did, he's a Democrat, he's really smart, and he went and got a Republican co-sponsor and said, let's take the executive order and turn it into a bill. Verbatim, Trump's executive order. All of a sudden, Trump and the Republicans not in favor of the bill. Oh, there you go. It was a trick all along.